The Oba of Benin, Oba Eware II, has joyfully received 119 stolen Benin bronzes returned by the Netherlands. The artifacts looted during the British invasion in 1897 were handed over in a historic ceremony at the palace. The Oba expressed his gratitude to the Dutch government, President Bola Tinubu, and Edo State Governor Monday Okpebholo for ensuring the artifacts were returned properly. He also warned against attempts by foreign cartels to illegally take the treasures again.
Same hall, I addressed my chiefs. It's entirely in Benin language, and I said, these artifacts belong to my ancestors. I will not sit on the ancient throne of my ancestors and let it be relooted. Let it stay where they are, rather than them being relooted. Well, in my reign, I said it here. We thank God Almighty and our ancestors today. The Creator. I thank the government of Netherlands for working with us, for being touched in their hearts to return these treasured artifacts. This is part of the effort to reawaken the morale and the spirit of my people, to make them courageous again, to make them what they used to be. You know the history of Benin. Now it's reduced to Edo South and all that. And even then, there was a government that tried to even reduce it more, that wanted to scatter it even. Out of what? I'm actually angry when I think about that. I try not to think about it at all. That why would anybody, as we have managed to retain the bits that we have left in the kingdom, wanted to see scatter it. Omas Bae. Any Kama get by. I want to thank those youths. They were courageous. They were like the youth of the old days. The Agbobasiri group, like the youth. These ones I will send a message to go and bring more back. Yadan. So dear. Obanika Oyafe. You won't nana. Okay, Dika. Okay, do ya. Okay, do ya. I'm my age. I'm here to it. I'm my age. I agree by it. The both by it. Et nous allons doit dire à Diagondo, et soin dans we need to not do dead do not do dollar do I agree by o boy agree no ma be de mo if you buy here no ma be de mo e nana na viola jana Igiania, yeah, Violi, yeah, beautiful. Yeah, elected, yeah, Violi. Agiane, Okia, really kind of you are you.
A Dutch delegation led by Marike van Bommel of Vered Museum formally returned the artifact after years of talks between Nigeria and the Netherlands. The Nigerian government and Benin Royal Court has pushed for their return for a long time.
The artifacts obviously are looted, and we have a policy in the Netherlands for bringing it back to the NCMM. Yes, so we're bringing back 119 artifacts. Well, we don't have more. In our collection in the Netherlands, this is what it is. There are more collections in Europe, but that's not up to us. They have been here forever, since the loot, and shortly after they were sold and the Netherlands bought them. So over 100 years they were.
The Edo State government promised to protect the artifacts and help build a proper place to keep them safe. The National Commission for Museums and Monuments, NCMM, called the return a big win for Nigeria's culture and history. This marks another step in returning Benin's stolen treasures, with more expected in the future.
Glad to be part of history. We all here are standing on the threshold of history, and that's amazing. A history of over a century, about 128 years. That's amazing, and that shows the vibrant spirit of the Edo people, that over 100 years this spirit has not rested. It is still pushing those who looted the artifacts from the ancient city of Benin to bring them back. And like the Oba said, we are going to see more. Like His Royal Majesty said, we are going to see more. He has blessed the artifact and he has sent them to bring more of the looted artifacts back to Benin. And that's a remarkable thing to witness. The state government will continue to build the necessary infrastructure to preserve them, to support the palace, as well as collaborate with the federal government to improve the storage system for these artifacts, because they are treasured monuments and they are treasured sacred objects. You can see the way they came, well packaged, well stored, because they are very fragile and they are very precious. So as a state government, we will continue to collaborate with the federal government to see that a safe space is created for them, and we are also supporting the palace to see that a befitting museum is created to display these objects for tourists, thereby boosting the tourism sector in the state.
The symbolism and the historic event that just happened. It was a few years in the making. It didn't happen overnight, and these things take time, and it also takes a lot of cooperation and understanding on the part of the museums that have these artifacts. As far as when specifically, we can't say for now, but I can assure you that the NCMM with the Royal Palace is working tirelessly to bring as many of these objects home as possible.
Soa Multi TV, Nigeria.